What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Rocket Thrifty Chef. Today we decided to go all vegetarian on you guys. I'm going to show you how to make a roasted eggplant sandwich. Alright, for starters, I got an eggplant and I sliced it up into a little disc here. And what I did is I salted them lightly on both sides and I let them rest for about 30 minutes. We do that so that it kind of draws the extra moisture out of the eggplant and it allows them to cook more evenly. Okay, so now we've got our eggplant on our baking sheet here, and I've got about a quarter cup of olive oil, and I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of minced garlic to it. And I'm going to take my brush here, assuming I can pick it up, and then we're going to stir it around, and we're going to take this mixture here and we're going to brush each side of our eggplant. So now that I've got my eggplant all oiled up and lubricated, I'm going to take some fresh thyme and some black pepper and sprinkle a little bit of that on there. So next I've got this red bell pepper. I'm going to go ahead and cut this guy in half and take out the seeds. We're going to get it onto the pan with our eggplant. I'm going to brush it with our oil mixture, and I've got the oven preheated to about 400 degrees. We're going to set those in the oven for about 30 minutes. Now that our eggplant and our red peppers in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and slice up a couple of Roman tomatoes and get those into a pan. Okay, so now that I've got my tomatoes sliced up, I'm going to go ahead and make the marinade that goes on those. I've got about 1/8 of a cup of olive oil here with about a tablespoon of minced garlic. To that I'm going to add 1/8 of a cup of balsamic vinegar, about a tablespoon of fresh rosemary, a tablespoon of brown sugar, and we're going to chop up a few green onions and throw in there. Alright, so now that we've got that done, we're going to go ahead and get these tomatoes into the oven with our other veggies for about 15 minutes. After that, we should be ready to pull everything out and get ready to build our sandwich. Okay, so now that our veggies are almost done cooking in the oven, I've got a baguette here that I picked up. I'm going to go ahead and cut this guy in half, get it onto the sheet pan, and we're going to brush it with our oil and garlic mixture. So now that I've got that done, as a personal preference, I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning to my bread. Alright, so now that we've got our mixture brushed onto our bread and our veggies have about 5 minutes left in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and toss the bread in the oven. Okay, so now that we've got everything out of the oven, I'm going to take our red peppers, and when you roast them, they tend to get that little char on them, so we're just going to peel that off, and I'm going to cut those into little strips. Okay, so now that we've got everything ready, I'm going to go ahead and build our sandwich, and after I throw all my veggies on there, I'm going to sprinkle a little goat cheese on top to make it a little extra fancy, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese on the top half of the bread, and we're going to throw it back in the oven for about 3 to 5 minutes. It's enough to kind of melt the cheese. Alright guys, now we got our beautiful sandwich out the oven. It's time to cut this sucker up, but first I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add a little bit of fresh spinach to mine, and I'm going to serve it with a side of the sauce that we made up for our tomatoes. Of course, you can feel free to put whatever you prefer on there. It would go well with like blue cheese or Dijon mustard or something like that. But let's cut this guy up and see how it tastes. Alright guys, well this is our finished product. It's going to be delicious, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, then smash that like button and subscribe. And if you have any ideas for any future recipes or anything you'd like to see later on, just let us know in the comments down below. And until next time, rock out with your pots out!